Hey, what's up, guys? Houston here. Look, if you're looking for another credit union that works with people with bad credit, I mean like a 580 credit score, then you gotta check out DCU. And I'm gonna tell you exactly why. A lot of people have a challenge getting into Navy Federal, and they think of it as an all. If you can't get into Navy Federal, it's just over. And that's not the case, all right? There's plenty of credit unions out there that can actually help you. But DCU has the advantage over Navy Federal, okay? And I'm going to tell you why, all right? First of all, where Navy Federal uses TransUnion, TransUnion FICO 9 scores, okay? Now, with DCU, they use Equifax mortgage 5 scores. So I tell people is that whenever I'm evaluating a credit file, the reason I tell you to pull a real credit file is because people are not leveraging their mortgage credit score. Yes, you have a mortgage credit card score, okay? And there are credit unions that are very favorable, very friendly, just like Navy Federal, that will work with that score. Even if you have like authorized users, rental payments and stuff like that, also influences your mortgage credit score as well. Okay, so that's the reason why I tell you, you need to look at your real credit file. That being said, here's some of the advantages that DCU have over Navy Federal. Let's just take with their signature loans, okay? Both of them goes up to $50,000. But the difference with DCU signature loan, when you borrow from that loan, guess what? They give you 60 days before you make your first payment, okay? 60 days, all right? So with Navy Federal, we all know that once you borrow the loan, you have 30 days to make your first payment. They actually give you 60 days, all right? So that's the first thing. Now, another thing that Navy Federal does not offer that DCU offers is that they will give you up to $2,000, okay, with no credit check. And how this here works, and many of us are aware of it, but the best thing about it is like your first 90 days, they'll loan you up to $1,000, all right? However, that second 90 days, then you can go up to $2,000. And this is a no credit check loan, all right? Now, the good thing about it, just like with Navy Federal, is that you don't have to have no docs. You don't even have to have no job. All right. And so what I mean by no job, because some of you are probably scratching your head, is that you can have other sources of income to show proof. All right. So if you're self-employed, if you are on government benefits, you can still qualify for their loans. Okay, so don't think because you're not working a regular W-2 job that you can't. You may be a day trader or something like that. Long as you're able to show proof, okay, that, hey, I do have income, then that's all that matters. Now, most of the time with their loans as well as their credit cards with DCU, it usually goes off of stated income. All right. The thing about it, I would tell you there's 3 things that I would do. All right. I would set up a direct deposit like I usually tell you guys. The reason is because most credit unions want you to show longevity. Okay. So setting up direct deposit. So if you have your check going into Navy Federal, you can reach out to your HR department and ask them to put some of your income over into your DCU credit union. All right. Now, that's one thing. Number 2 is making sure that you have a savings account. All right. And I would get the secured credit builder as well. And the reason why, as well as either a CD or money market, the more accounts when you working with an institution that you have, the easier it is for them to give you more money. All right. So that's the reason why I tell you guys. All right. So if you're with Navy Federal, you don't have to leave Navy Federal. you can just have some of your income moved over. Now, I'm going to tell you how to get a boost of income as well. Now, they also have fuel assistance. So many of us are aware that, in the wintertime, our utility bills goes up and stuff. Well, they offer a fuel assistance loan where you can take that money. And this is what especially if you're trying to quit your job, okay? If you're trying to quit your job, being able to get that fuel assistance loan, all right? You can take that fuel assistance loan, it goes up to $3,000. And you can call up your utility company and say, hey, how much did I use last year to this point? And they'll tell you what your annual cost is. Then I would take that, let's just say you get $3,000 and they say, oh, you only used $1,200, or maybe, sorry about that. Maybe they said $1,200 to $1,500, right? So then I would take $1,500 of that $300 and I would pay, especially when you're trying to quit your job, like I said, and I would take that money and I would pay up my gas bill. And then I would take the other half of that money and I would call my light company or my electric company and I would use it and I would pay them up as well, right? Because most people, the reason they can't quit their jobs or scared to quit their jobs because they're worried about not being able to pay their bills. So I'm just showing you how to actually get money to pay your bills up for at least a year. Then that way, when you quit your job, you know that your bills are paid. Now you can focus on that new venture. You may be trying to look for a better paying job, or you may be trying to become an entrepreneur, start a new business or something. That's the reason why I continue to tell you guys is tap into my channel, because I'm always trying to find loans, credit cards, and give you the leverage you need to make a bigger transition. I hope something like this helps you all. If you like it, give me a thumbs up, leave me a comment. But these are some of the things, all right? Now, again, if you're working a job, a good way to get an interest-free loan is go to your HR. Go to your HR department and tell them you want to file that W-4. It's going to stop the IRS from taking federal income taxes out of your check, okay? And so that'll give you a bigger paycheck. Make sure you do it for 3 to 4 months, right? And then that extra income, you can use that extra income to pay toward some bills and stuff like that. Again, leveraging yourself so that way when you separate from your job, the bills is paid. At the same time, now you're able to focus. You can even go get a loan from Low Credit Finance. Low Credit Finance, they offer loans up to $50,000. Their interest rates is 5.99 to 35.9. Also, in reference to, they don't do a hard pull on the credit. And this here type of loan don't show up on your personal credit. So, and it's not about your debt to income ratio with that type of loan. All right. Then you also have Avant. Okay. So with Avant personal loans, your minimum income that you have to have is at least $20,000, but they loan up to $35,000. So just being able to leverage to where you said, man, I'm sick of this job, or man, I need to do something better, but I'm worried about my bills and stuff like that. This is how you actually leverage. All right. Now, another interesting thing about DCU is that when you first join, okay, they don't do a hard pull when they're looking at you joining, okay? However, they will do a soft pull on the credit to see if you qualify for a credit card when you first join, to see if you're able to do a pre-approval. So that's also something that you guys should take into consideration. To me, like I said, they even offer business accounts. That's another thing I like about it, because they actually do offer business credit cards. They offer commercial loans if you're trying to get a loan for a commercial vehicle to start your business and stuff like that. They also offer those things as well. All right. So don't feel that you are stuck, that you can't do anything. There are things you can do. It's just in a matter of having the knowledge of knowing what to do. So I hope this video helps you. If you have any other question about business credit funding, personal credit funding, removing negative items off the credit, click the link in the description. Schedule a one-on-one consultation. Thank you.